Since 2016, I've considered leaving the US and living abroad. That's why I chose Costa Rica for my first group trip. I wanted to come here and ask myself honestly, truthfully, can I live here? Do I see myself here?
We made it to Costa Rica. We're here officially, and it's the first day. Everyone's already gotten in and is getting to know each other. We all actually went and got a little coffee. One of the people found a really great little coffee shop nearby. So then everyone, like almost half the group, started trickling in over there. Everyone just seems to get along already. It's so lovely. But I got everybody a little bit of merch, inaugural trip merch. So everyone is getting a little branded journal, branded tote, handwritten thank you note for coming on my inaugural group trip. She's trying. All right.
I chose Costa Rica for the first group trip because I knew many of you were thinking of leaving too. And I wanted to facilitate that journey, make it easier for you to step outside your comfort zone and have a group of people with whom you could share this experience. There were 14 of us on this trip, and our youngest member, this was her first flight and her first international trip leaving the United States. I felt so honored that she trusted me to take this first huge step. So we spent most of the morning traversing through a national forest to get to this hotel. We were on a boat ride for a while. It was definitely over an hour, but we saw some monkeys, we saw different species of birds. Yesterday was good. We just had the welcome dinner. We did a brief journaling session together to get our minds right. And now lizard. Where? Lizard. I just can't get over that this hotel is just like outside. Y'all, the monkeys are up to no good here. They are running about. They're having all sorts of games at this hotel. It's very fun to see. I definitely see why Costa Rica is so popular. The divestment from military, for one. Costa Rica has no standing army. It was abolished in 1948 after the Civil War. Instead, the military funding goes towards education, healthcare, and other social programs. Oh, sloth right here. Sloth right here, right here. Right here. Today is day 3 of being out in Tortuguero. We started off the morning with another boat tour. It's kind of like safari, essentially. Like you're trying to go out and capture as much as you can and see as much as you can see. Now we're in the process of just taking a break back here at the hotel, Evergreen Hotel. Our our captain, the Spanish and English is like switching together, is like so good at spotting. Like low-key, he a tracker as well, because he was tracking and spotting. We saw so many Jesus lizards, which was really cool. Those are those lizards that you've probably heard about, walk on water for like 6 feet or so. I'm still overwhelmed with this hotel because, again, we are like in the tropical forest right now. But yeah, all through the hotel, there's monkeys like hanging out, doing stuff, lots of like different plant life. I'm seeing epiphytes everywhere, and everyone seems to be vibing. Like some people are really getting along, which is dope. Like I kind of already overheard some people being like, oh, I want to come visit you in your city, and oh, I want to come visit you in your city, and I'm like, did y'all just become best friends? You know, so it's great, y'all. It's so nice. We just finished snorkeling. One of the people on the trip is a fish. She is one with the water. It was beautiful to see. We saw stingrays. We saw turtle. I wish I had brought some sort of GoPro situation, but I was also just grateful to live in the moment. Just see beautiful fish, be in nature, you know what I'm saying? And it's just in my mind now, and that's good enough. The group trip has officially wrapped, and everyone is at the airport now and heading back home. A few folks are heading home like kind of late, but everyone's making their way back to their home country. Most of the group came from the United States. We had one person come from the UK over. I'm just kind of reflecting on the whole experience. We had our farewell dinner last night, and they ended up presenting me with a little card, a little thank you card. I haven't read it yet. I'm too in my feelings to read the card yet. Like I feel like if I read it, I'll like tear up. It'll be too much. It'll just be too much. So for all of the group trip, we were on the East Coast, so the Caribbean coast of the country, which was actually really interesting because we got to see the Caribbean influence in the area a lot. Just part of the reason why I wanted to do that side of the country, because I wanted a lot of the people that were coming were other Black women who have heard things about Costa Rica, heard about like a lot of Black Americans or Black people of the diaspora in general, like expatting to Costa Rica or becoming immigrants of Costa Rica. And so I wanted to take them to the Caribbean side so we could kind of get the vibe for what some of that is. But now I'm low-key kind of doing recon for what another trip would be. And so Mr. Hallease and I are going to spend the next week on the West Coast side of the country. And I'm excited about that because I booked this separate from the group trip as a continuation. Again, one, to do some recon, because y'all know me, I got one foot in the door and one foot out the door. Don't know why. Also, because our anniversary is coming up. And so this trip, we'll be spending our anniversary on the west side of Costa Rica. I had 2 workshops. So first workshop, I gave everyone journals. And the goal of giving everyone journals was so that they could have something to write ideas and reflect on throughout the trip. And each day of the trip, at the end of the day, I would send a prompt that they could riff off of for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Completely optional, but that was my way of just keeping everyone mindful through the trip and through the experience. You know, we've all gotten to know each other. I've gotten to know them a little bit too. And we did hour-long one-on-ones. So anyone who wanted to schedule a one-on-one with me, I really enjoy doing one-on-one. I don't want to say coaching or consulting because I don't want to give myself that title, but I really do enjoy collaborating one-on-one, because for me it's a lot easier to see like, but you're doing all the things, you're actually amazing. Even though you don't think so, you're actually amazing. It's really easy for me to see that in other people and then just be like, yeah, you're doing it. You just need to like pivot to the left, like just be a little to the left. Probably follow up with everybody via email and send them my like free consulting link so we can do like a follow-up, like, hey, schedule a follow-up with me because we talked about like X, Y, and Z in your one-on-ones. I want to make sure you're getting it. So yeah, gracias, señor. Now I'm on vacation, but also doing recon. I don't know if Costa Rica is the right fit for me long term. I'm not gonna lie, your girl is a bit bougie, and this trip confirmed that. But the kindness of the people, the peace, the sound of the ocean, I'll definitely be back. So we're officially in the west part of Costa Rica for the rest of the week, and we're staying at the Parador. I'm not like sponsored by them or anything. Saw they had a good rate and picked them. It took a long time to figure out like where we wanted to stay as well, So what I did to find this place was I actually went to the Costa Rican Tourism Board website and looked through a lot of the resorts that they recommended, because they organize them by area of the country and they also organize it by ratings as well. And so I looked for resorts and spas that were just in my budget range. We're here in the off season, which also greatly like helped with the price. So the resort can hold like up to 300 and something people, but one of the waiters was telling us at one of the restaurants here that like it's maybe at not even half capacity right now, and that's because this is the raining season of Costa Rica. So we're here in late August, coming into September. This is their like fall, winter.
Is it winter?
Yeah, this is their winter, which their winter is just wet. There's a storm brewing off the coast. It's probably gonna come in this evening or later tonight, and it'll rain pretty hard again. So if you're willing to like risk it and come on the off season, you can get really great deals on some really nice resorts in the area. On this big building behind us, they're revamping and like renovating the area. And then, so this resort has 3 or 4 restaurants. They're closing 2 of them to renovate them for like the week that we're here. So it's just stuff like that that you kind of have to like weigh the pros and cons of. But I kind of like it because it's really quiet. You kind of, like, we're like the only ones in this pool. There's a couple of people like sitting just off camera. Originally, my next group trip was going to be to Crete, Greece in September of 2025, but I've decided to put that trip on hold while I have surgery and recovery from my torn ACL and LCL. I'm bummed to have to put the group trips on hold, but sometimes you just have to slow down. And that's okay. I caught Giardia while in Costa Rica, but even that was a surprisingly pleasant experience. For one, I was treated at the resort in my hotel room. Like, they gave me a full IV and everything. And also with my traveler's insurance, it was completely free. Y'all, they took my blood, they prescribed medications to me, and checked on me the next day via WhatsApp. Like, and the crazy thing is that even if I hadn't had insurance, the resort told me it would have been $200. $200! All that to say, Costa Rica is dope. Like, you should go. But if you're someone trying to leave the US, I don't know if it's the place. Again, I'm Hallease, endeavoring to persevere. As always, a big thank you to my Patreon producers, patreon.com/Hallease. There you get early access to these videos, exclusive content, merch, and more. Again, I'm Hallease, and I'll see you when I see you.